Hello everyone, it's me, Riffraff Hornhelm, and I'm back again with another presentation from the Dwarven Vault, and today we have another monster review. And in keeping up with our latest pivot onto undead creatures, we're going to talk about another one today from the original monster manual as used with 1E. And that is the GHAST. Yeah, the GHAST. Yeah, I know. It doesn't look. Well, yeah, it does. It looks just like a ghoul. In fact, it's indistinguishable. But it's a very different creature. Where do I start? Well, first off, when you run into these, they're most commonly mixed in with a group of ghouls. And the number of appearing is 1 to 6 as a maximum. So there'll always be less of them than there would potentially for ghouls. But other than looking identical and having one similar attack, they really are pretty different. They have a lower armor class. They have a 4 instead of a 6. And they have 4 hit dice instead of 2, so now you're up to potentially 32 points per maximum. And they're not low intelligent, they're very intelligent. They move at almost twice the rate that a ghoul does. Now, what else is special about it? Well, they have that same paralyzation attack, but it affects everything, including elves, as it rightfully should. So, what else does it have? Well, it also has this bit where if you're within 10 feet of it, it has a horrendous, nasty, wretched smell. It makes you nauseous and retching unless you make a save versus magic. You don't make that save, you're going to be -2 on your attacks on this thing. And like I said, it still has the, if it scratches you or bites you, it can paralyze you. You have to make that save as well. More hit points, moves faster, harder to hit. That's a very different animal as soon as you get beneath the surface. Like I said, on the outside, they look indistinguishable from a ghoul. So this is one that is a bit tricksy, and if you are not careful when you run into ghouls and you make an assumption, you could end up in a world of hurt. So really, when we go out to the greater Hornhelm community, I gotta honestly say first off that dwarves don't like undead. Okay, we're not into this whole spooky shit. It's bad. It makes our beards curl and stuff like that. So we want to get away from that and do something else. We prefer not to go investigating or on adventures that we know are heavily slotted towards running into potential undead. The idea of running into these as a dwarf is scary because the GHAST is something we can't tell in advance. We have to kind of treat them both as GHAST, potentially. And, of course, that makes it a lot more scary of an encounter. Talking to the Hornhelm community and to the DMs involved with this, they said the GHAST is really a lot of fun to play as a DM because it really gets your party second-guessing everything that they're doing. They're not sure what's going on. They may know about the GHAST and know that there's a good potential that they're in there, but they have no way of telling how. And the difference is severe enough that it can really come back and bite you if you're not well prepared for it. So from a DM standpoint, throwing them in there, a lot of fun. Most people I spoke to, the combination GHAST ghoul encounter, they ranked about a 3 to a 3.5. And in talking to players about it, this came back as kind of a solid 4. They didn't like these kind of encounters very much, and okay, well, I understand. But you have to remember, a ghast can also be turned. Now, they turn at a higher level than a ghoul does. And obviously the difference in hit points and so forth, that makes sense. But they do have the capability of being turned. And that makes a big difference. It really makes it a lot more palatable for the party if you have the opportunity to turn these. If you're strong enough to be able to turn these guys, they're not going to be a big problem for you. If you're not, and you have to deal with a combined group of ghouls and ghasts, especially as a lower level player, this could be really deadly. And while a ghast, or a ghoul for that matter, have no special defenses against magic, certain magic's not going to work. You're not going to be able to charm them or make them go to sleep. They're dead. So, I don't know. They can be a tough opponent, especially if you're not well prepared for them and they're in a large enough group. So, that's our view of the ghast. We hope you found this to be informative, entertaining, all that kind of good stuff. If you did, be so kind as to leave us a like. Consider subscribing. Share with your friends. Come back and see us again in the future. And thank you so much for your kind support. Take care, everybody, and remember, dwarves rock!